Today on the show, we're going to go through WWE 2K22's patch 1.06, giving you guys all the details, the breakdown of it, and giving you the impressions, the feedback of whether this patch has fixed some of the big issues we've been seeing with the game. Let's get into the episode. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome back to Assemble. I'm Matt. Great to have you here. If it's your first time here, it's all 2K22 deep dives, information, all the updates, everything you need to know regarding the game. Let's get into patch 1.06 because there are a ton of updates. And if you guys enjoy this episode all the way through, hit me up with a like and hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe and all that fun stuff at the end of the video if you do go on to enjoy it. Let's get into the patch notes right now. So patch 1.06 came alive today for March the 22nd. We got a huge amount of details. 2K just released it several hours after the patch already went live. We've been kind of waiting around for all of this. Some of the general fixes we have here are the following: general stability and performance improvements, various cutscenes and improvements for My Rise, improved hair, creator superstar part interactions, improved skin, eye shaders, various for superstars, updated character likeness of various superstars, improved texture, blending, and materials on 100s of hair models, changed the maximum number of favorite creators to 50, implemented criteria for NWO standalone bonus content, improved memory management of large number of logos when navigating multiple game modes and menus, increased array limit for logos to accommodate large numbers of downloaded logos, added and removed NG tags to improve creative superstar part combinations, general hair updates and improvements, and general tattoo updates and improvements. Now this is where I really need all of you in the community to let me know your impressions of this, particularly the My Rise and the actual creations. Having my time with the game today with the new update and the new patch, I will say that things are running smoother. I am not experiencing crashes and huge bugs or anything like that right out of the gate. Looking at created superstars, I haven't really noticed that there are any texture issues, hair issues. Some people I have seen report online that some of the hair physics are still not fixed, but from my experience, I haven't noticed too many issues, which should mean that the whole actual update is working. Changing the favorite creators limit to 50 is a really good thing, and updating the limit to the amount of logos is very important, because for creators out there, it's been really just a buggy mess for the amount of logos that we have been able to upload, that we have been able to download, and it's created so many crashes across the board. Let's take a look at some of the gameplay updates that we have here. They address reported concerns where enemies might take low or no damage in specific engagements, various prop and arena interaction improvements, various cage collision improvements, improved superstar AI in special circumstances in tag matches, improved dive attacks versus ladders, improved ladder dismounts, improved superstar ally interactions in tag team steel cage matches, they improved finisher reversals during run-ins, updated pyro in some entrances, they improved the logo embossings and interactions in Create a Championship. Some of the updates here that I did notice through my playthroughs were going to be specifically dealing with ladders and ladder matches. Before the patch and before the update, I found it very clunky to be able to grab a ladder, set up a ladder, climb a ladder. Also, when you're trying to actually bridge the ladder on the outside, that button combination, for whatever reason, it would never really work for me. Since then, I tried all of this. It's running smoother. I noticed that for ladder matches and anything to do with the ladder physics and interactions, it is a lot better. They continue on to say they address reported concerns related to poses and superstar registration during some reversals, improved interactions with steel steps when they are placed in the ring, they improved superstar interactions with the ropes, address reported concerns related to Spear 2 attack while referee is close to the defender, improved elimination behavior in the Royal Rumble, they improved taunt buffs and meter gain for submission loops, they improved Royal Rumble elimination setups by the AI, and they improved superstar AI in special circumstances in tag matches. They tuned down time values for some moves. They tuned rollout recovery times as well. They increased the difficulty of button mash pin kickout when more than 2 finishers have been received. They increased illegal tag team stun duration for long tag matches. They addressed reported concerns of exploits where certain finishers could not be reversed. They tuned homing the sweet chin music. They tuned elimination difficulty in the Royal Rumble with less than 3 superstars are in the ring. They tuned the stun duration in relation to permadamage, and they addressed reported concerns with Austin Theory's finisher as well. When they do mention exploits here, we'll talk about my factions in just a moment. that was one there that they did address, and it has been removed, is where you could exploit in my factions the ability to roll out of the ring at the beginning of the match, get a kendo stick, wait for your opponent to hit you with it or to grab it and then hit you with it, and then that would end in a DQ, and then you can move up into my factions, and they have removed that whole exploit too. Moving into the online improvements for the patch, they have general stability improvements. They have addressed reported concerns with abandoned lobbies. They've improved lobby performance with partial AI populated matches. They addressed reported concerns with long 15+ match online sessions, and they've improved performance of custom portraits in online lobbies. And lastly, with the My Factions patch, they improved reward icon visibility for weekly Evo challenges. They addressed reported concerns regarding an exploit connected to weapon baiting in My Factions Wars, and they added My Faction NWO standalone cards, plus much more. That was the exploit in My Factions that they were talking about. They totally got rid of that thing. I'm glad they improved the visibility of the icons there in My Factions, because that was getting really small. Like, I couldn't barely read these things when you're going through that mode. So for me, having a day with the patch, playing several hours with it, downloading a ton of creations for the most part is what I was focusing on, as well as trying out all of the different modes in the game to see how it played, because in these patch notes, it doesn't talk about stability a lot. I know they talk about general improvements and some stability aspects, but they don't really talk about the big time crashes that we had been experiencing. I know a lot of people are still reporting online that they're still experiencing crashing, that the thing is still glitching, that it's still crashing out on them. I don't really know what the cause of that would be at this point. In my experience, one of the big problems that I had after the patch was I went into the deletion utility to delete a lot of the unused images, and when I did select that to delete unused images and the logos, it actually deleted all of them and all of the renders that I had used for my custom created superstars. So I had to re-download all of that all over again. So they haven't fixed that yet. And I'm sure there's other things that they really haven't addressed, they haven't fixed yet. But it's a good sign that 2K is actually going through, and they have been clearing out this monster of a list in the first 2 weeks of the game. We've already had 2 patches. I'm sure they're going to be doing more along the way as well. I went through universe mode as well to see how it was actually functioning. I tried a full universe for a few weeks of full custom superstars with AEW arenas, all customized with custom renders to see how it would work, and nothing crashed, nothing bailed out. It was totally fine. I tried regular universe mode with rendered images for additional attires and some custom superstars, and again, no crashing, no issues. My GM loaded fine. It wasn't really a problem beforehand. My Rise loaded up better. My Factions loaded up smoothly without any bugs or bumping me out to the main menu. So there's a lot of stability improvements there, which I really appreciate. They haven't changed anything with the modes though, when I'm thinking of my GM, addressing some concerns that players had of not being able to have, more than one title in there, having tag titles, intercontinental titles, or anything like that. They haven't gone that drastic, and they touched nothing with my GM, which kind of tells me that at this point, it's not something they're focused on. Maybe we will see some fixes and some updates to my GM as well as universe mode down the road, but let me know in the comments below your experience with patch 1.06 at this point. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your feedback, and how is it going for you, and are you still having a lot of glaring issues out there? But make sure you download the patch, give it a whirl, and let me know what you all think. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all the notifications and all that stuff, and I will see you on the next episode.